Hey guys, so a couple days ago, the governor of Indiana passed a Religious Freedom Reformation Act. Oh, sounds so fancy. And what this would basically do is allow for businesses to refuse service to customers based on religious reasons and not get in trouble for it. And when I first learned about that, I was kind of like, wait a minute, what? How is this even a law in the first place? Can't private businesses refuse service to anyone for any reason, religious or not? I mean, it is a private business after all. And you guys all know I am not a fan of government tampering in businesses' affairs. And when you think about a voluntary society, a lib-pair, so to speak, discrimination isn't something that would be outlawed, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. And there's lots of ways around it. The big picture to remember is that when individuals and businesses are intolerant, prejudiced, bigoted, racist, those are characteristics deeply embedded into their soul, and no law is ever going to change that in their heart and minds. The good news is, when you think about society as a whole, majority of the people have progressed, and most people I know don't discriminate or prefer to associate with people that do. So when you allow businesses to openly discriminate, it allows the moral majority with principles to see who to effectively boycott and hold their money from, which is exactly what celebrities, cities, states, and CEOs are doing right now with this whole hashtag Boycott Indiana campaign. And I can't get over the irony. I mean, that's fine that they're boycotting. I think that's a really effective solution. And I just think it's so ironic that they're using their freedom of association by discriminating against Indiana to protest Indiana allowing businesses to use freedom of association. I just can't get over the irony with that. Oh my God. Can't they see that what they're doing is exactly what people are going to do to the businesses that are bigoted? Poof! Problem solved. And I don't think their little boycott is particularly fair and effective anyway. They're boycotting the whole entire state. There were so many businesses within Indiana that never discriminated, had no plans to, that are now being punished publicly because of this stupid law. Like, I don't know. I guess Miley Cyrus needed something new to tweet. But, I mean, she jumped on the bandwagon. Ashton Kutcher, Larry King, Charles Barkley, cities such as San Francisco and Seattle, states, Connecticut is now boycotting Indiana. And CEOs like Tim Cook from Apple is boycotting. He made a big statement about how this is just like Jim Crow laws and it's awful, blah, 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 blah. But he'll still support countries overseas and do business internationally with countries that support state-sanctioned murder of homosexuals. That's a lot more intolerant than what's going on in Indiana. But, no problem there. He'll still do business with them, but Indiana is bad. Another benefit of true freedom of association, both ways, customers to businesses, businesses to customers, is, well, imagine this scenario. I am a private business owner. I own a cake shop. And a couple comes in and they say, hey, can you do our wedding cake? And they're a KKK couple, like robes and all. Or a Nazi couple comes in and wants me to make up a swastika cake. Yeah, I want to be able to have the right to tell them to get lost. I mean, when you think about these issues, people only think about one particular group, like how it's unfair to the gay people. Well, you got to think about like bad groups too. Like I, as a private business owner, want to be able to turn away their businesses to hateful groups such as Nazi enthusiasts and KKK members. So you got to remember that side of it as well. Another really good point that was brought up by my buddy Rollo McFlugel on his blog, McFlugel.com, was let's say there's a business that does openly discriminate and they're the only ones that offer that service within 200 miles. Well, that presents an awesome opportunity for people to open up a new competing business doing the same thing. I mean, advertising would be super easy. You'd be able to easily say, hey, come do business with us. We don't hate groups for no reason. Yeah. The best thing I saw related to this story is this guy named Josh Driver. He started this website a couple weeks ago called openforservice.org, where he sells these little circular stickers that say, we do business with everyone, that companies could purchase and just kind of hang in their window. He's sold thousands from multiple states. This is a perfect example of a peaceful solution to combat discrimination among businesses, and it's happening just by individual citizens. No laws necessary. I really don't think legislation needs to happen on either side of this issue. There's no place for the state in businesses' affairs, and everything works itself out anyway. So let me know what you guys think below about discrimination in general, the Boycott Indiana campaign, the Religious Freedom Reformation Act. How do you think discrimination would be handled in a voluntary society? All right, and I'll talk to you later.